they have a channel called the College Football Blitz, and it's like Red Zone.
I know I've listened to that before.
Yeah, I love that thing because it is like, okay, they do both sides of the game. So like, oh, they just fumbled. Let's go to the side that they just fumbled. I get to hear that, the other side. It's like, I love it.
You hear like the home commentators, like
it's awesome.
They do it for the NFL too, like a radio version of Red Zone on XM that I like to listen to.
Oh yeah, listen to that too. Yeah, because that's what I listen to, the Sunday NFL Blitz.
Yeah,
I listened to that when I went grocery shopping today. It's a picture today I found for Facebook and Twitter.
Have you posted it yet?
I'm doing it right now. Let's see. It's old, man, because I got like the very first generation AirPods in my ear. Okay, there, I just posted it. It's a Pop Century. Hang on.
Was it with the shake?
Nope. It might be
remember that Elvis shake or whatever. Yeah. Like I was the first one to order it.
Yeah, it might be the same day though, or that same trip. It's a long time ago. We look young. I have like some Buzz ears, and you have a Woody hat on.
Oh, okay. I can't find the picture, but I know the photo you're talking about.
We're looking.
We're at the Pop Century food court in that picture, if I recall.
Yep. Hey, Thomas, what's up? Hey, Sean, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, with Sean, like, I mean, it looks like I haven't looked at the seeding, but I think we're still playing each other. So regardless, we're going to play each other. I feel like in the playoffs, but now you just get the home field. It's kind of a weird scenario. I can't believe the Tigers still blew the division though. Like
the Reds made the playoffs.
Reds. They got the Mets, right? The Mets were gonna.
Yeah, like the Reds made
the Mets had a collapse too, like the Tigers. At least the Tigers still made it. Like
the Reds.
That's the thing. The division doesn't really like do that much. Like it would be. I mean, you get some merchandise, right? It says division champs, but.
Which I never bought that. Like I'm waiting until we win the World Series because I know it's like I'm not buying until we win the whole dang thing.
Correct. But yeah, way to go, Guardians! Winning the division, heck of a comeback. Painful for the Tigers. Not win the division when we're up so many games this year. Oh my gosh! At least like it wasn't as epic of a collapse, or we didn't make the playoffs. But like I don't like the new playoff format, so like I kind of hate that. That's how we got in, but. Oh well.
At least the good news is St. Louis rejoices because our general manager is now out. John Mozeliak is finally done, and hopefully we can have a rebuild now.
No, Thomas, we're talking all Browns and Lions. What a funny weekend with the Lions and Browns and Tigers and Guardians. And well, now the Tigers and Guardians are going to continue on. It'll be fun. Saw Jason and Sarah this weekend.
All right, you guys at the Tiki Bar. That was pretty cool. Hello, Tracy. It's a beautiful Sunday here as well. It's awesome. All right, we should probably start the show because we got to have a heart out at the top of the hour. Yes. And I have a game we're going to play tonight. I kind of thought of something. I thought this would be kind of fun to get with our. We need calls though, so people be ready. Get the phones ready. Here we go. Let's start this sucker. Hopefully the phones work. I've not touched them, so they should. Okay, here we go. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP Open Line for Sunday night, September 28th, 2025. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Hope everybody's having a great wrap to your weekend or a great Thursday if you're listening to the replay down the line. We're going to have a good time over the next hour taking your calls at 407-584-7173. That's 407-584-7173. We're going to play a little game with you today, so be ready. I think this could be fun. Can also help with some trip planning for folks headed to Walt Disney World here soon. But we got to get the other host of the show in here. He's having a heck of a weekend, but it's what we always do. You never know what the weekend's going to dish out to you. And we're just glad to all be here and having fun talking Disney as we put a wrap on the last weekend of September. Scotty G, must-see adventures in the house. Scott, what's going on?
Happy Sunday. Yeah, crazy weekend for me. Just car accidents happening. Like, I don't know why we're on a bad string of car accidents in my house, but
at least it wasn't your car. That's what it was.
Yeah. But if you want to cheer up Elizabeth, like go like a bunch of Must See Adventure videos and subscribe. I think she really would appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Exactly. We spend it. Yeah, exactly. You know,
yeah, Elizabeth would
Alpha
appreciate some likes
subscribers
and
sign up
subscribes.
for
Go back and
Prime.
watch all the videos and like them. That would make Elizabeth very happy right now. But yeah, you said today's date, September 28th. I always like to think, I like how you always say the date, and I always think like, oh, what does this remind me of? Because I have a crazy weird memory, but today is my 17th work anniversary. So I've been in my company for 17 years today.
Oh,
My longest job by far I've ever had. Crazy. But I had to go to the Google machine. Like, I'm pretty sure the Epic N64 system was released on this date. And I checked, it was September 29th, is what it says. But I'm pretty sure me and my brother got it a day early at Toys R Us way back in the day. Does anyone remember Toys R Us? Because that's where we always got our video games and consoles. And I know that we got it a day early. So I'm confident it was 29 years ago that I got the Nintendo 64. And that was a fun system.
that is. See, I love that stuff. I love Toys R Us back in the day. Now, I was more of a KB person.
Okay.
Because we had that at the mall that my grandparents always took us to. I think KB was just like a cheaper version of Toys R Us. Like,
Yeah, we had a KB in like the Lansing Mall here. Yeah.
just like a
I
mess.
love their gaming system because what would you do? Like, they didn't have the games out on the floor. Like, you had to take like a piece of paper.
Yes. Yeah.
And you would pay for it at a desk, and then you had to go to this other like back room almost, and where all the games were, and like it always just like excited us. We like kind of peek our heads in there and like, oh, look at all those games they have back there. It just was. I loved that system. I'm very nostalgic for like the old video game section at Toys R Us.
Bringing up nostalgia, let me ask you one further before we get into the Disney game that I want to play tonight for the listeners. And just if you have trip planning questions, we can do that too. But do you remember? Did you guys have a store up in Michigan called Service Merchandise back in the day? Do you remember this?
Okay, it rings a bell. I don't recall though. I mean, we may have, but
You just brought up a memory for me because this store was awesome. Because again, I'm a little bit older than you, and I was a Commodore 64 kid. So like I would go up there, and like I had my Commodore 64. Maybe I buy a disc drive, but mostly what I bought was blank discs because I ran a BBS and like you would download software from the internet. Well, not the internet back. It wasn't the internet back then, but you would call these bulletin boards, and you could upload and download software of various legalities. But you would need blank discs to do so. And they sold these blank discs at Service Merchandise. And there was one relatively close to my house. So I'd ride my bike up there when I got enough. I'd cut lawns to get money. That was my GoFundMe when I was a kid. $7 a lawn. I'd cut lawns. I'd go up to Service Merchandise. And it was like you just said, so they had a showroom, right? I mean, they sold everything. They sold like jewelry, vacuum cleaners. I mean, it was like a big department store, but they had a little computer section, and same thing. But what they had was when you went in, you got a clipboard and like a golf pencil, like a mini golf pencil, and like a little thing. And so everything in the store had like a code, right? So you just like go through and you'd write down all these codes, kind of like a catalog, right? You see the item, you like, okay, this you want to buy blank discs, it's like item number 23-492. And so then throughout the store, they had like computers, like desktop computers. So it was really cool. So you take your little code, you key it into the computer, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. And so then when you were checking out, you just boop. And then when you were done, you go to the very back of the store, and it was a big old conveyor belt. And so you would stand there in anticipation. It was like Santa's workshop. Your stuff would come. Yeah, I mean, like, I was like 10. I was like 12, 10. It was the coolest thing. Because like,
what if the Emporium was like this? Wouldn't that be cool? Like, oh, I see my Mickey ears coming down the conveyor belt with the shirt.
I know it. I don't even know. Like, it was kind of like anticipation, but short-term anticipation, right? Because you had to you saw the real thing, but you couldn't take it. Like you got computers were like a kind of a big deal back then to like type it in, like a code, like you're doing something. Then you'd walk back there and like sometimes, like you'd be the fourth or fifth person in line. It's like, oh, well, that ain't my thing coming down the thing. Chicka, that's not mine. Chicka. Oh, there's a box of they're called bonus discs. I remember like in a blue box. Here yep, I'm the winner. And it was a weird system. I guess it was better for inventory control, but I remember that. It was so fun.
That's kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel you on the Toys R Us thing. Yeah, getting the games. That's funny.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's 20.
Good trip down memory lane. The start of Sunday Live. So that's what we do.
We do. It's a mini Mike in the Midwest episode right there. Anyway, okay, so here's the game I have for today. We could take trip planning questions. We could talk about what's happening down at Walt Disney World. We've been there for the Halloween parties. They're all sold out at this point. Scott, what do we always talk about at the beginning of the Halloween season? Like how expensive it is, and everybody's going to boycott and not go this year because it's too expensive.
Yep, they priced me out, right? Is what we
They're
kind
all
of
sold
always
out.
say.
All
But
sold out this year.
all sold out.
On it can't go. But we're hearing good things. Everybody's having a good time, it seems like. And I think for the most part, the weather is pretty good this year.
Knock
I've
on wood for
heard.
that, yeah.
Yeah. So
I know I thought about there's a Halloween party when we're down there for wine and dine, and we were just like, no, let's just not like, and it's tough, right? I mean, like those are late nights and you're making up for races and all that, and it's just kind of weird to have like the Halloween parties kind of happening during wine and dine. I guess maybe they have in the past, like maybe like a couple, like I don't know. It's just a weird time. Like my mind is like focused on the Run Disney races. I can't be thinking about like going to not so scary parties, but that's crazy. Now I have no option because they're sold out, so I can't even do it. So good to
see,
them.
it's good. Seeing like in your younger days, see, you're an experienced Disney traveler. Like like in your younger years, you would have made the mistake of like, I have to go
Oh
because
yeah.
I'm a Walt Disney World. Like I have to do it all. And like, no, you don't. Like
Mm.
sometimes restraint makes for a better trip.
Yeah,
I
but
think that's
sometimes it's
what
fun though
you
when
have
you
to
do
learn.
that too. I was talking to friend Jason from Michigan in the chat. We hung out this weekend, and he said, "Oh yeah, him and his wife they're doing the races and they're doing the Halloween party. They're going to do the
Oh,
food and wine after party." I'm like, "All right, you guys are really like getting after it for those 5 days." But why not sometimes? But I'm going to kind of chill on this
yeah,
one a little bit.
I mean, some people can. I could not anymore. I can't anymore. I need a little bit of sleep.
Yeah.
Um,
What's the game? I mean, we've been talking about N64, Commodore, like 64s. Like, what's the game tonight, Mike, that you want to play?
So the game is, by the way, Joe says his service merchandise memories that his monitor, he got a Commodore 128 monitor, came tumbling down the conveyor
Oh
belt because it
wow.
had a slight incline, which I could, oh my gosh, that's terrible. But yes, it did. I think mine did have a slight incline too, but it was just a box of like little discs. So it wasn't a big deal. Anyway, here's the game I thought. Okay, so because I've been, sitting here setting up and getting ready for the show, watching a little football in the studios. I'm getting the show prepared. This commercial came on. It was, of course, it's like all beer commercials and gambling commercials, all that stuff for during football. And I was thinking, like, okay, here's going to be what we're going to play tonight. Situations. So I'm going to ask you and the caller. So hopefully the caller will come in and play as the third player. And then the caller will give us our next situation. And then we'll then you and I'll answer that. And then we'll kind of carry it on. It'll be like a domino effect. So I'll start the first one. So where in the world, Walt Disney World, would you host a happy hour? Like, say you were taking your work, your friends, whoever it is, like your social circle, Friday afternoon, you're knocking off work, and you get one spot to host a happy hour, to have a good happy hour at Walt Disney World. Where are you going to host? Because it was like a Buffalo Wild Wings commercial that I saw when I came up with this idea. I know it's not super original, but it was that stupid buffalo that talks. That thing's so annoying because that's all you see this time of year when all you watch is football. But where would you host a happy hour? Because you got lots of options, but where would you host a happy hour and why? So give me yours, and then we'll open up the phone lines and
Yeah,
go.
I instantly had my answer.
Okay, go ahead.
So Baseline Tap House is where I will be hosting my team's happy hour. Like it's a great space where you can like mingle. You have the outdoor seating area, where people can like it's easy to move around from table to table and chat with people, but if it's a little too hot or if it's a little like muggy, a little rainy, or whatever, they do have an indoor space too with like some bar seating and areas that you can hang out there too. So you can do like an indoor outdoor thing with Baseline. Plus the drinks are fantastic, right? So I think it's just a cool social place. If we're talking happy hour, are we talking like happy hour like a 4 to 5 p.m. kind of a thing, or does the time not really matter, the time of day?
Well, I
Because
was just thinking, you just want to get, it's like you had a big work week. You just got to want to chill out with your buds, watch
yeah,
some football at the end of the day, maybe a kickoff, like a Big Ten plays a Friday night game, hang out for a little bit, stuff like that.
yeah. I think we're going to go there because like at night, like the lights turn on there, which I think is really pretty at Baseline. The problem is they close, so I'm going to do a Scotty G thing and be like, hey, I got all these patrons here. We're doing the happy hour. Can you stay open a little later for us? That's like my downside a little bit with Baseline. We're going to try to see if we can work some Disney magic, have them stay open another hour or so. But that's where I'd like to do mine. What about you? Do you have your answer, or do you want to bring a caller on for this?
Yes, so mine was going to be City Works over at
Hmm.
Disney Springs because again, no admission needed. Lots of TVs to watch football if you're a football fan. Lots of drink specials, great food, easy in and out. You don't have to deal with like a theme park admission if people don't have that. But I like, and we got tons of, man.
I'm bringing. You got to
yeah,
have a ticket for my happy hour.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
and exactly. You're gonna have a better experience at a theme park, but there's a lot more involved there because you will have to, like if you're an annual pass holder, you'd have to have a theme park reservation and stuff like it. But you're right, you would have a better experience. I'm trying to logistically, I'm thinking, just come on over, like you don't have to think, But City Works would give you good food, drink, TV, easily you could hang out very easily. So
See,
that
I'm
I
trying to
think
eliminate the TV. I want more of a social
okay,
environment where people are engaged.
that's a good
Maybe I'm going to
idea.
have a rule where you have to like leave your phones with the cast
Oh,
members, like no phones allowed. Let's just like let's
you
do a nice
you're
team
hardcore.
building activity. Yeah,
You are hard.
I'm cruel like that.
All right, we're opening up the phone lines 475-847-173. We need our third player for where in the world are you hosting a happy hour? So jump in. We have some. So Scott, maybe you can read some of these as we get this. So Lori,
Yeah,
it's off with
I mean, I'm seeing like Wailua. I'm over here, which I really like. I saw. I like the reasoning here too for Ogas because I'm introverted and I like the idea of a 45 time limit.
That's a great idea.
But maybe if you can get it reserved, you can find a loophole from the 45-minute time limit and you can just do it all night. That's what I would like. Like I want my own private one where I can reserve the space.
That would be cool. I
And I
mean,
kind of thought that's what you were saying at first. I think I might have
well, no, I
misinterpreted
mean,
when you first said it.
you
Yeah.
could do it either way, right? I mean, it would be cool to have a private happy hour. I was just thinking, just like, hey, we're having happy hours. Just, like
Mhm.
I mean, we used to do that with our teachers every Friday. Every Friday after school, we'd all go to a place called Locker Room, which is the
The
local.
Rose and Crown Pub is like an epic spot because like that's one where I feel like you gotta like be able to reserve though, because like I walk by there and I go in there and like I can never forget a stool in there. Like people just will rope drop the Rose and Crown Pub and just stay there all day. They just don't ever leave. So
And
that would be a fun one for sure.
I've never. I mean, I've had dinner at Rose and Crown a couple times, so I've never gone in the pub. It's super small, isn't it? Like 10
It's
spots.
small, it's loud, it's fun though. The bartenders are fantastic. It's a vibe for sure. I mean, I think that's what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to make it like that English pub, which I've been to a couple when we visited London last summer. But yeah, like it is cool. I really like the vibe in there. It's just hard to find a stool. It's fun. It's just hard to hang out in there.
All right, Jennifer's also saying, let's see, Geyser Point, beautiful location, great food.
Mm.
Okay, that's another place you would not need, theme park admission. You could enjoy the weather if it's a nice time of the year, which it is right now. That'd be great. There are TVs, probably ample space, but you would, if you had a large group, that might be challenging getting everybody in. Because you do need do you need a reservation to get in?
For
Oh,
Geyser Point right now is like a walk up, so you kind of have to be like in the area, kind of
yeah.
like what Three Bridges does, I believe, and kind of walk up or just go to the host. So no advanced reservations there.
So it'd be kind of like City Works, but
Hmm.
I'm trying to think like which would be harder, do you think, to get? Geyser Point would probably be harder to get in. This, well, what do you think? City Works or Geyser Point? Like, if we just want to casually get in.
I think Geyser Point would be harder because I think there's just less seating is part of the problem. I have
Yeah,
not personally been to City Works, but I feel like it's a bigger
it
location.
is bigger. Yeah.
And the nice thing is there too, if they're too busy, then you got Disney Springs right there. You can like, all right, team, we're gonna go to because
Woodsville
there's
or
that
something.
great dock at the boathouse. Like that would be
Yeah,
a kind of cool place too. There's that like
it is.
the dock bar out there. Like we're gonna pivot. We're gonna do a drink at City Works, and now like you almost do like your own happy hour crawl at Disney
Yeah,
Springs.
that's true.
Actually, I almost want to change my answer to the happy hour crawl at Disney Springs. Now that sounds like a lot of fun.
That is true. All right, 407-584-7173. Phone lines are open. We need a third player here. Hop in. Let us know. Where would you host yours? Vern.
I think you
Also,
like the river roast that Jason's saying there, like at Port Orleans. That'd be kind of cool.
it's the River Roost.
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 Yeah. Okay. When I said it, I thought it was wrong.
Really,
I was just reading what was on the
no,
screen.
I
Yes, the
know,
Roost.
and I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that'd be the River Roast to be a place where maybe they cook a little.
No, I think River Roast is like a comedy show, right? Where they roast
Oh
you
yes,
like on stage.
yeah, exactly. That's when Yeehaw Bob starts just ripping on people in the audience at the end of the day. Yeah. So we have Wailulu, also from Jason and Vern. That'd be a good, again, resort, cool vibe on Seven Seas Lagoon. I like that too.
Ooh, I saw one I really like in the chat. The Barcelona Lounge would be a fantastic happy hour.
Barcelona Lounge. And see
Love
that.
that one.
We saw that. Oh,
Get
wait.
some cafe bonbons while you're at it too. Get a little like a little espresso pick me up.
Barcelona Lounge. I'm trying to think if I've been to Barcelona Lounge.
You've walked
Oh
through
yeah,
it for
yeah, yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Because you've
But
seen
I've,
like
I've
Phil
never,
and Aaron like working there a couple times, I want to say.
yeah, but I've never like. Well, I mean, I've like, yeah, I've worked in there like in the mornings, but I've never like really. So tell me about that at night. What's the vibe? Because I've never been in there at night. Like, is it?
I'm mostly there in the day. Like
Same,
that's like my midday
I've gone in
break.
there, like I've
Yeah.
worked in there in the mornings, but I've never
Mhm.
been there at night.
Yeah, I mean, it's still good. So, I mean, there's no TVs. And like Jared and I have talked about, there's a particular bartender there who would love to have TVs in there for sports, which I think is kind of the beauty. Jared and I talked about this, kind of the beauty of that lounge is like there is no sports. There is like kind of what I was saying with my baseline one. Like, I'm going to take the phones away. Like, it's a good place to interact with, and like talk to people and chat, which I think is great. Some music in there would be cool, but I think it'd be too echoey to do music in the Barcelona lounge. So, like, it's just chill, but like, yeah, there's no TVs, there's no music like you have at the River Roost, not Roast. And yeah, I think it's a cool spot. It's a great spot to just hang out. I would like to do a midday one though, kind of like a 4 to 6 o'clock kind of happy hour at the Barcelona Lounge.
Yep. Shout out to Mike Bankhead over on Instagram. He's on a cruise.
He's on an awesome cruise right now.
Wish we were Mike. Hope you're having fun.
But then you could almost take it over to Three Bridges and do your that's what I'm saying. I like the hopping of
Yes.
the of the happy hour.
I do. So we'll go to the next topic here in just a second. Hang on. But one other thing I want to say about this is I like, because you can kind of have two schools of thought, right? I mean, because you want to have sometimes like a happy hour where people are, just dropping in to watch TV and casually, like, kind of go off, like, pairs, 3, 4 people in kind of little pods. But also, I like your idea of this is meant to be a social event where we don't want to have TVs. We want to make this to where maybe folks that are at work that don't ever get to talk to each other, kind of like a pollinator, like
Yes.
where we can build friendships, build relationships. And you can tell that I could tell this is what you do at work. And this is kind of how this is what I used to do in my classroom a lot, but I never, didn't think about it in terms of a happy hour. Cause obviously I was, elementary school teacher.
You're not taking the kids to happy hour.
But I mean, I was into team building, but not in this way.
I've always been, it's just my old manager experience. I'm not really in that role anymore, but like I was always about the team building and would always be the party planner kind of guy in the department. So I love stuff like this.
I do love it. Let's see. Mike just said, loving it. Just finished our third tasting and pulling into Honolulu in the morning. Tell me, Mike Bankhead isn't living the life. Third tasting and pulling into Honolulu in the morning. I'll switch with him right now.
Yeah, maybe I should just live on a cruise. I don't have to worry about cars, and like getting in multiple accidents in 10 days.
Yes, Mike, you can sit behind the microphone right here, and I'll just hop on that ship with you, buddy. Have a good time. Love, the Wonder. It's a great ship. Okay, so one other thing that I was going to say. Now I just got totally distracted by that. I had something, but now I got distracted.
Was it another situation or another part of the game?
Well, yeah. So we're gonna go to another situation. So give me another spot though. Besides, like, okay, where in the world would you host a happy hour? Like, give us one. Like, where in the world would you what? Give me one, and then we'll go with that.
Okay. You're putting me on the spot, and I haven't really. I should have known
Okay,
you were gonna throw this one at me.
Let me give you a second one I was thinking about. Where in the world would you go on property if you wanted to be the most kind of, let's say, remote, like away from people, because like say you're in the hub at the Magic Kingdom right before the fireworks, dude, it's just people on top of people on top of people. If you wanted to go somewhere on property, now you gotta stay on property, but you wanted to go somewhere, it's legal. You're not like climbing fences or anything, going like backstage. Where would you go on property to like just because say you're on like a week-long vacation, 10 days, you're there for a long time and you have just a few hours, just like, I just want to kind of commune with nature and just kind of just chill. Where would you go to just on property somewhere?
Oh man, so many.
I know that you got to think about that one a little bit because
I mean, I know what I think the quietest spot in all of properties. It's at a resort. I mean, most likely the quietest spot is going to be at a resort, but
yeah,
the second floor of the Contemporary where you check in for California Grill, I've never seen like it's the quietest space, and it is massive because it's kind of like a conference area. So I guess if there's like a conference going on, it probably wouldn't be so quiet. But like when you're like there, like if you want to take a break from the Magic Kingdom because it's so loud and crazy, and you go to the Contemporary, and then you go to the Grand Concourse, and it's still chaotic, right? Like it's still loud, and everyone's like going through there eating at Chef Mickey's and whatnot. You just go down 2 floors to floor 2, you wouldn't even know like that there's like crazy like character meal like happening above you or a monorail going above you. It is like the quietest spot I've ever seen at Walt Disney World is on that second floor of the Contemporary. And that's if I want to just like shut everything out just for like 30 minutes, get some good air conditioning or whatever, hear an awesome background loop, that's where I'm going.
And that is what's crazy about the Contemporary, right? Because one, you're like next door to the Magic Kingdom, like one of the most popular places on the planet. Not just like it, well, I mean, like it's most popular, most popular theme parks on Earth,
Right.
and you're next door to it. But if you walk through the Contemporary, not just that spot, but go down to like where the convention like ballrooms are. If there's no conventions going on, you could walk down there and be the only person. Like
right.
it's like it's
all the convention, like I
hilarious.
think about the convention space at Coronado too. If there's no convention going on, it is massive, it's huge, and like you're the only person around there sometimes.
Beach club too, like beach and yacht. Exactly. Like you're walking through these gigantic places, not a soul. Like it's, you know, you don't you tell people you're Walt Disney World, you know, and it's like tens of thousands of people there all the time, and there's all this kinetic energy, people going and going. But there are so many times where you walk around. It's the same way in the cruise ships, right? I mean, sometimes, you know, there was like, oh my gosh, people are on top of each other in the cruise ships. But if you go up top, you know, early morning, late night, or during a show, sometimes you don't see another soul. But you don't realize that you have those opportunities. And I'm with you. So the place I was thinking, I've taken a walk or actually a run or like it was either walk or run, but it was between, I found this path and I don't know if it was a cart path or if it was a running path. I can't remember, but it was when we were staying at Old Key West. It was like a connector between Old Key West and maybe Saratoga Springs over towards Disney Springs, kind of by the Lanuba tent, like
Okay.
that side, like the west side. And it just felt super remote. Like, yeah, I mean, guests were allowed there as far as I knew. I mean, it didn't say like you weren't, but I liked it because for one, I just felt like nobody goes back there. It was kind of by the driving range in that putting practice area for LBV.
Okay.
But what I liked was it had a lot of those tall like fir trees, and you know, I like that vibe. Like it felt just super peaceful back there, and it was like right in the morning, super when the air was kind of crisp. And I still, Thomas mentioned Port Orleans Riverside. I agree with that too. Like Riverside in the morning has a definite vibe to it too, of kind of communing with nature, especially down Alligator Bayou. I like that too. Early, but I mean, people are getting up, and you're not going to be super alone for very long. But if you can do it, like you know, right before the sun comes up, a lot of times you are. Try to think of other places.
I like it.
You got to call us see if we can get this.
I do have a backup situation now, just in case.
Right. Well, let's see if we have a call. Hey, caller, who's there?
Hi, this is Chet from Utah. I called you a couple months ago.
Glad to have you.
I was just thinking of your spot, the quiet spot. I would put the Tree of Life on the trails back there.
Ooh, see, again, like one of the places dead in the dead center of a theme park. But you know, when the last time I was there, I can't remember.
That's a great spot.
That is a great spot.
And you can look at like the carvings on the tree, you know, it's peaceful. It's like, it's so cool to look at. Like it's visually stunning too at the same time while it's peaceful. Like I love that idea.
I've waited out a couple rainstorms. They've got a little place in one of them where you can kind of get in an enclave there. And I've waited out a couple storms there, but it's really cool. And actually the Disney Play app has a little game where you can try and find the animals. That's like try and find the beaver or try and find the whale or something like that.
It's super cool.
I've done that, and it's super fun and super cool just to kind of relax. And I think that's the way you do Animal Kingdom to really enjoy it, is you really kind of take your time to just go back there and walk around.
100%. That's how they designed the park. And unfortunately, I mean, I'm 100% guilty of this. You know, you get over there and you're like, we got to do Everest, got to do Flight of Passage. You know, we're all focused on checking things off of a list, but it's more about atmosphere and taking in the beauty of the park. And that's a great point. And that app kind of lends itself to that. I appreciate you bringing that up because somebody will see that now. So let's say you were going to take a group of friends around, maybe not necessarily for a happy hour, but where would you take like a group of friends, you know, maybe after work at Walt Disney World? Did you have a thought on that one?
Well, I've done Disney Springs before when I've been on a work trip, and it's like, hey, let's just go to Disney Springs and let's just hang out, and there's like, geez, there's a million bars there.
Mm-hmm.
But if everybody had like a ticket, I would probably shoot for like Epcot, where you can just kind of maybe during a food and wine festival, or like the Crown and Rose bar pub, where you can just kind of go and chill and then just kind of hang out,
Yeah, I like it. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because Epcot's going to give you lots of options. Hey, you get bored at Rose and Crown, you could just hop over to the next country, or just check out some other. There's a festival going on. Check out the festival booth or something. I like that idea. So do you have a situation for us you could throw into the mix? Okay, go ahead.
I do. So where would you have a birthday party?
Ooh.
Like a cake, and like, let's say all the family's coming in, somebody's having a birthday, or they're celebrating something, and where would you go to celebrate that?
Now, see, this would take, I guess I could do this. I'm going mine first because I think I have an idea here. This is where I'd love to have mine, actually. I just like to have mine in the food court at Pop Century. I love the vibe of Pop Century. It's my jam. It is like it's all the it's the 50s to the 90s. It's kind of my thing. I'm born in the 70s. I'm right in the middle. It plays my music for the most part. It's I think and for the most part, that's like when we really started going to Walt Disney World as a family, it was always Pop Century. That was really all we, the values were our thing. That's where kind of my core memories are, as we were getting into Disney. Yeah, I think Pop Century Food Court. So let me ask Scotty G. Scotty G, what do you got on that one?
I like your answer because it's indoors too. So it's climate, like if it's raining or it's too hot, because and you and I are kind of similar like this, Mike. I was like, well, especially if it's my birthday party, I want to go to like one of my favorite places, right? And I'm going to Old Key West, like.
There you go.
But the problem is it's going to be outside. So I really like outside of the gurgling suitcase, kind of over by the pool. There's all these benches, like all these tables, and I want to decorate those tables, get them reserved, have the birthday cake out there, and we can have all these snacks and great time to mingle, and especially if it goes through the night, because we're gonna have a long birthday party for me, right? So it's gonna go through the night, and then then the lights will turn on. It'll be really beautiful. You have a great background loop. And then if anyone wanted to partake, like in a special cocktail, they can just walk over to the gurgling suitcase, grab it, come back to the benches, and still continue to mingle. So I'm going with those, what I'm talking about, Mike? Those benches that are right out there, right by where the boat launch kind of is too, outside the
big white picnic tables with
I think they're blue now, maybe. I don't know, but either way, we're gonna reserve all those picnic tables for my birthday party.
Yeah, because we got an umbrella on our table. It looks like, I call it the Old Key West umbrella. It's that pastel color. Yeah. So where are you going for your birthday party though? Let us know.
That's one reason why I was asking. I couldn't think of one. I mean, I'm gonna. I don't know. It's like when I go to the world, I'm always in the parks, right? And so it's like, where in the parks would I be? I don't know. Because if you get like a restaurant, you want to get a restaurant where you can take as much time as you need, where they're not trying to turn you over, right, and get you out. If you're doing a birthday party or something like that. But it's on the other hand, I don't think they allow you to take that much time at somewhere like Cinderella's Royal Castle or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I think you can get away with it at Tony's Town Restaurant or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably the lower the demand of the restaurant, the more time you're going to buy. Like Cinderella's Royal Table, you're going to struggle to be able to hang very long because they're going to want to turn those tables. That's why Pop Century Food Court, you're good. You can stay for 2 hours. Like Scotty G, they don't care about those picnic tables. But yeah, if you're in any place they're trying to flip tables, you better eat that cake quickly and get your rear end out. Yeah.
Now I had a work trip in August 2020. It was end of August, early September of 2020. And it was a month right after they opened. And do you guys remember when they opened that they had Pizza Safari was a they had totally closed it down, and there was like a no mask area, and you could just go in there and just chill.
Yep.
And they had the same thing with the I remember they just closed it back there in Star Wars launch bay. And I remember I went back there, and I had church one day, and I went and did church back there.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if there's maybe some other spaces like to have a birthday party like in the park, or would you just kind of stay out of the park and just do it at the resorts?
Well, I mean, and I do remember those days because Scott and I went down that exact same time. We had a trip right after the parks open. We were there at the same time where they had those mask-free zones. Looking back, it was so weird. Like,
yeah, it was so fun.
You
I
weren't gonna
loved
get
it.
COVID
And,
in that area. Like, come on now. Like,
and it was amazing how the wait times weren't that bad either. Like,
oh no. But it was
you
so
know, there
weird.
was no
We were leaving the
lightning
park.
lanes, but
Yeah, you
Yeah.
left the park and it was still light outside. Like when it closed, I remember we took a picture leaving the Magic Kingdom and it was still light. It was the park closed at I think 7 in August. It was wild. Those were weird times. That was one of the coolest pictures though of all time that I ever took. It was beautiful, like the sun's because the sun was still like setting and nobody was in the hub. It was so weird. Yeah, but you're right. But you know what? Well, Disney does have those kind of areas because obviously they have them for private venues. There's a really cool area in the Living Seas, for example, at Epcot. It's on the other side of the fish tank, and it's got like a grand piano, and it's super nice. I've been in there for a couple of events. Like for one of our listeners, they got married, and they had a dessert party in there for their wedding reception. And it's just like it's exactly what it's for. It's for private like parties, and yeah, because it's just like your fancy wedding reception, right? They roll out like if it was my wedding reception, it'd be like muscatoli and like just the regular old food, but they have all the serving trays and the desserts and stuff like that. But yeah, they have those in all the parks, all those kind of little private rooms, but you pay big bucks for that, but they're there.
Yeah.
You just don't know they're there, but they're all hidden away. They're behind the scenes.
Yeah. Now I do have one question for you guys this week. My brother is going this week, and he's showing up on Friday, and he was like, Scott, he didn't get the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. He waited too long, and it's sold out. But he's going during the day. And he's worried that it's going to be super packed, and he needs to get the premier pass to pay for everything. And I'm telling him, you know what? Party days, if you're just going to Magic Kingdom on a party day on Friday, I think you're going to be okay. What do you guys think?
I'd 100% agree with that. I think someone in the Discord just recently did this too, and they had an awesome day where they just did so much on a party day. And didn't have a ticket, right? So they had to leave at like 5, 6 o'clock. I can't remember what time it starts. I think 6 o'clock maybe. But yeah, they just got so much done and didn't really need any like lightning lanes or anything like that. And they just had a blast just going to Magic Kingdom that day, and then just either calling it a day at that point because you're so exhausted from doing like nonstop rides and things like that, or hot parking to another one. So I don't know. I think it'd be a really good move to do that on a Friday.
So you don't think he needs the premier pass?
No,
I don't think so. I really don't. In short, yeah, my answer would be no. I don't think they need the premier. Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah, I don't
so I've got people backing me up now.
Yeah, I would say save that expense for something else because again, a lot of people are going to avoid that park because if you have a ticket to the party, most people are going to come in for the party at 4 o'clock. Go, have a good time, get a ton done. And then does he have a park hopper? Do you know?
No, he doesn't have a park hopper, and he's staying at Bonnet Creek. I pushed for the on site, but he was like, it says on property, the Wyndham Bonnet Creek, which is right next to Caribbean Beach, right there. It's. Have you guys stayed there? Is it a good resort, or because I've seen good prices on like renting timeshares there, and I've been tempted, but
I mean, I think people, like some of the cheerleading groups that I've worked with, not that I've worked with, that we compete against, they'll stay there because it has different amenities. Sometimes they stay there, but again, it's not an on-site resort, so you lose those on-site, perks. So I think if you're a Disney fan, you're going to want to skip it because you're going to want to have, like you say, the on-site amenities and perks and stuff. But it'd be similar to like the situation like Swan and Dolphin kind of thing, but proximity, it's close. So, but
Swan and Dolphin, you still get
you get more,
get the 7 days, you still for the lightning lanes, you still get the after hours on some. I've seen that, and you can use the boat and it's really close, and get all the transportation to the park, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to, take the monorail or the ferry to cross the Bay Lake.
Yeah, the hotel and Maureen says too. And Maureen says they have friends that love Bonnet Creek because the resort itself is really nice. I mean, I think it's got like a couple of lazy rivers. The pools are great. I think it's a really nice resort in itself back there. A lot of people like it for that. But again, you got to remember it's not going to have like the same perks you're getting staying at a Caribbean beach or a beach club or a yacht club. So it is different in that sense. So, but
it's like half the price. So
yeah, it's one. Yeah, exactly. You gotta look like that. All right. So we're going to try to grab another couple calls, but man, appreciate it. Thanks for calling in and take care out in Utah. Good to talk to you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Talk to you soon.
See you.
All right. All right. 475-847-173. So that was a good discussion. We had tons of feedback there where people, all kinds in the chat about people having birthday parties everywhere.
Yeah. I like the birthday. I thought of another idea at Animal Kingdom Park where you could do one too. So, I mean, there are some spots where you possibly could do it, but don't have like 100 people, like try to keep it like limited too, like, cause you gotta be respectful to other guests too,
That's what I was thinking, just like, like my family, you guys, how it usually is, like the Foresters. Like, I'm thinking of like a group like 12.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because we've done that. I mean, we've had birthdays.
But you got so many like fans,
whatever.
Everyone wants to celebrate your birthday party.
Whatever. Right? I'm just saying, like we've done like because Mallory's many times we've been there, and
for marathon weekends for her.
Yeah. And so, we do a birthday little party.
I've done like birthday dinners. This is more so what I've done. Is like I've done California Grill on my 30th birthday. We did the old Steakhouse 55 at the Disneyland Hotel for Liz's 30th. We like to do like big meals like that for the birthdays.
I forgot to go to that place. I've seen the remnants. What is it? What is it now? Is it anything? I don't think
it's nothing right now. Like it breaks my heart. Like I love Steakhouse 55. It's awesome.
Because I love Steakhouse 71. So come on, give me Steakhouse 55. Let's
get
go.
it back. Yeah,
I know. It's like I hate when I miss something, right? Because because people talk fondly about something. Like, I didn't get to go on Horizons.
World of Motion didn't do that.
World of Motion, exactly. That stuff. I mean, you're never going to catch it all unless you're, old as.
Never saw the Yeti like in its full prime.
I did see that. That thing was wicked.
Did you?
Oh yeah, that thing was awesome, dude. I was around when they were building Everest. Like I remember walking through. I got sick. We were walking through Asia one time, and dude, I was stupid. Like we had, I don't know I think we ate at Yak and Yeti, like at the table service one day, like for late lunch or something. And I ate too much. I ate way too much. And I was so full. Was it Yak and, I don't know, we ate somewhere. And we were just like walking back towards the edge of the park, and you could see the steel framework of the mountain, right? But that's all they had. They didn't have like you could just see the steel girders. And I took a picture, and right after I took that picture, like I almost passed out from the heat. And that's when my wife said, it is it's Animal Kingdom hot back here. Because I had to go in, they had those restrooms that are right, like as you're running up to Everest on the left, like when we run the marathon, when you're running towards Everest, and there's like those restrooms on the left.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like a little snack bar right after them. Those are the restrooms. I went in there because those were air conditioned. And like I cooled off for a little bit sitting in the men's room there because that's how hot I was. It was so hot that day because we used to only go in July. And I mean, she's like, it's a different kind of hot here. It's Animal Kingdom hot. And this was like in I don't know when it opened, but it was probably like 2005 5, 4, something like that. When I don't know, it was forever ago. But yeah, I got to see that sucker. That thing was crazy. I mean, it would like roar. I mean, it would come down at you. That thing would. I mean, little kids had.
And you probably just scared everyone listening to the audio version of this.
Well, no, maybe, but I mean, it was coming. But I mean, little kids, I bet you, man, they'd change your diapers after they rode that thing because that thing was. I mean, because it's decent looking with the strobe.
I mean, little kids in diapers probably weren't riding it either, though.
True.
But
I mean, okay, old dudes in the Depends probably had to go change their Depends. I'm just saying, dude, because that thing would. I mean, it looked like it was gonna get you. Like it was one of the coolest effects because that thing is enormous. I mean, it was no wonder it broke because it was coming at you, man. It was gonna eat you and leave.
Man, I would have loved to experience that.
Oh my gosh.
Probably like that's an interesting topic. Like, what would you want to experience the most out of what you couldn't? You know, like we talked about Horizons, World of Motion. Like that actually might be my number one thing that I wish I could have experienced was that.
God,
The
that's a
Yeti.
good
Like the
question.
Yeti, like in
what's
its
the one
full because
thing-
I've done that ride like 30, 40, 50, I mean endless times, right? And like I love it, but like to been able to experience like how it was truly, you know, originally built for, like, oh my god, that would have been amazing.
Okay. I just love how we just hang out and just shoot the bull on Sunday nights. Okay, so if I could do one thing that I never did, I'd probably do Horizons just because everybody talks about it. It's slow moving.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I could see it. And I'm worried that I'd be underwhelmed because there's not a lot to it, but I would like to have experienced it. And the thing is,
And I listened to that audio so many times on the radio station. Like
Jason says Body Wars. I did do Body
man.
Wars one time. I did, dude, it made me sick because I can't do simulators. I can't do Star Tours. And I'm super queasy. I cannot look at blood. I can't look at, okay. If you don't know, my wife broke her ankle at the walking out of the stadium last Friday night after our football game, and it's a clean break. Blah blah blah. She's in a walking boot. Driving to Mizzou last Saturday, her mom takes her to the urgent care to get the X-ray. Right. She texts me the X-ray while I'm sitting in dead still traffic on Interstate 70 going to the Mizzou game because there's a wreck. She knows I'm queasy and can't look at this stuff. There's a lizard on and I love you, Laurie, but she always posts her X-rays from her knee replacement. And every time she does that on Facebook, I almost pass out when that thing comes up in my feed. I love you, Laurie, but I'm so queasy. And I also have a former student's mom who had the same surgery, who she does this to me all the time too. And I'm like, Laureen, stop. I can't, like, I'm almost passing out when I get hit by this. I'm going to report you to Facebook if you do that to me again. Like, give me a warning. I can't see this. Like, I'm on the treadmill. Like, you're going to make me just pass out and hit the wall. Anyway, I'm sitting on the highway. Pam hits me with this X-ray of her broken ankle. Dude, I'm behind the wheel. I'm like, Pam, and I'm trying to delete it in my text. There's no delete button. So I'm like typing blah, blah, blah. So they'll like scroll past. They're like nonsense text. I can't do it, man. And so anyway, getting back to Body Wars, that was like my worst nightmare. I can't do simulators. I can't do blood. I can't, dude, you're navigating through like a vein and it's swooping you around. And it's, oh my gosh. I guess like, can I get off this? I don't even know why I got on it, but it was the worst. I mean, that's like, you want to know your worst nightmare? Body Wars, if you're queasy, like for blood. But I wrote it one time.
There you go.
So what would your, yeah, so I guess, so let me ask you this though, kind of going along with that. If you could go back and do something that is gone, just one more, or just an experience one more time, what would it be?
It's just gone.
But you've done it before, but you get one last.
But I've actually done it, so I couldn't pick Horizons because I never did it.
Like an old time favorite. You get to go back and have one more shot, like an old favorite.
Oh man, that's so good. I'm thinking two, but I didn't even do the original version of this because I really like the backlot tour at the studios. Like I really enjoyed that, but when I did it, it wasn't even like what it was originally, where it was like a half-day thing. Remember, like that was crazy. Like
yeah, I
how
never
long
did that.
it was.
I don't think either. I never saw like I never got to see like the Golden Girls house or anything like that. They always talked about. I don't remember.
So for things that I've done and go back to, I really like that first test track 1.0, man. I really like that, but I'm gonna go with the Great Movie Ride because man, to be able to like just go through the Great Movie Ride again and like see the trailers and the queue and have like the live action actor like working through like the attraction, and then like when you go to like the movie theater finish like and see like the montage or the collage, like I would have to see that again. So great movie ride for me.
Jason says original Figment. I didn't see that.
I didn't do that one. So there's so many things I didn't do because I was like 2011 was our first trip, so a lot of these classics were already gone before I got to do them.
All right, we have a caller on the line. Who's joining us?
Hey guys, this is Wade from Lincoln, Nebraska.
Uh-oh.
Hello, Wade from Lincoln, Nebraska.
I hear about this time next weekend there's going to be trouble in southeastern Nebraska.
Either East Lansing or Eastern Nebraska, one of the two.
I told Scott, I said, if you don't have a Runza when you go back, you're in trouble. So make sure he has a Runza.
He will have a nice warm Runza, that's for sure. That is a guarantee. Maybe two. He's gonna like them. I know that.
That's just a weird name, Runza.
I love those things. Those were so good.
They are good, especially with cold football games. They're great because they're like a hand warmer too.
Exactly.
We're not going to deal with a cold football game, I don't think, though. So
I hope not.
There's gonna be like 80 degrees. It's gonna be perfect.
So jealous, you guys. You can have a good time.
It's gonna be fun. I tell you what, Mike. I know Mizzou, I'm sure, has a game, but I'd say you should come up. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Even the game will be fun. Win or lose, we're gonna have a good time.
Win or lose, yeah, it doesn't matter.
We're on a bye, but we have senior homecoming happening around here, so I'll be doing the dad duty. But yeah.
Oh wait, I know we're gonna grill you with a Disney question here in a second, but regardless, the winner is gonna walk away 4-1, which is not a bad start when you consider, so that's pretty good.
No, it's not a bad start at all. Somebody's gonna be 4-1, so yeah, absolutely.
Might as well be Michigan State Spartans. Oh, the trash talking this week is gonna be so much fun. Friendly trash talk.
It's gonna be great.
Is there a ride you would want to do, Wade? We're just kind of talking about. I don't know if you heard us. We're like, what's an attraction or a ride that you did do before and like now it's gone or whatever? It's a completely different version. What would you want to do again?
Alien Encounter.
Oh,
That's
good
Magic
call.
Kingdom.
Good call.
Oh, man.
You do that?
I never did that one.
Oh, that was a wild. That was so crazy.
Why is that though? Why do you want to do it again?
Because it was sheer. I didn't know anything about it when I did it, of course, which makes it even better, right? So you go in, you're like, oh, this will be cool. The Magic Kingdom, Mickey Mouse, everything. And you go in and you've done or did Stitch's Great Escape, right? Mm-hmm. So it's pre-show and then you're in those seats, but it's a whole different kind of fright with the Alien Encounter. Where you have no idea what's behind you, in front of you. It's pitch black. Things on your seat. They made it fun. I thought Stitch's Great Escape was fun. I didn't hate on it ever. But Alien Encounter just was like they ratcheted it up to like an 11. So it was good. It was fun. I wish it was still there. Maybe it should be in the studios or somewhere else, But it was good. It was very Tomorrowland to me because it's like it's aliens. Who knows what they look like? So it was just great. Maybe they needed to warn people a little bit more, but they did warn people a lot on what you were getting into.
I agree. It was so good. Like in the pre-show, it was super good. Like the pre-show for that experience was awesome. With that, was it still Skippy and that like other robot that would talk back and forth, and they put him in the tube and all that? It was so good. Oh, I love that. I
couldn't tell you for sure. It was something very much like that. Yes. And so you're kind of like, oh, it's kind of cool. Slimy, like a lot of stuff happening here,
But it was scary, dude. I remember, man, because I was an adult, if I'd have been like 10, I would have flipped out because it was pitch black in there and that thing, boom, busted out of that tube. You would have swore that tube was like just busted in a million pieces, and that alien looked like he was 20 feet tall and gonna eat every person in that chamber, man. I was like, if I'd have been 10, I'd have been having a heart attack.
Well, that's what happened to Elizabeth. So she went there.
God, that thing was scary.
She went the chicken way. I think whatever this pre-show you were talking about, like, got her enough where she's like, nah, I'm not doing this. And her parents were like, okay, well, we're still gonna do it. So you just hang out here.
It was no joke.
It was a blast. I loved it. I think I did it twice total. So, but
Did
yeah,
your boys
was
do it
great.
then,
You know,
Wade, or no?
your arms, the restraints moving, there's stuff on your back, you know, the same thing you get, but the smells, the whole thing was happening in the dark. It was great.
Yeah, be breathing on you. It'd be like breathe. Like, oh man, get off me.
Did Hugh and Eric ever do it or not?
No, they never did. No, they didn't. They were, I did it once when I went down on a work trip of all things. We stayed at the Swan or Dolphin. I think it was the Swan. And so myself and a couple of colleagues did it. And then another time, family wise, I knew, right, the next time. So they didn't do it. I'm like, oh no, we'll be going back to the hotel. It'll be over if we take them on this. We better go on the people mover, something like that. So yeah, and then it closed, 2000, what was it, 4, something like that, somewhere around there, 5. But yeah, it's been going a while. And then of course we turned into Stitch's Great Escape. But
And
yeah,
now it just sits there.
had I done it to them, it would have traumatized them.
Yeah,
And I traumatized them a lot.
It's a fine line. Like, you want so bad to like do it to your kids, but then it's like you got to pay. Like you're the one dealing with the repercussions too. So.
Oh yeah, Eric still reminds me of when I took him on Indiana Jones at Disneyland when he was like 4, I think. And he had no idea what was going on, and so that was traumatic enough.
Yeah.
So, oh man, so much fun. But hey, I was also thinking hosting a happy hour. I love the Dahlia Lounge on top of Coronado.
Good call.
Which is the lounge outside of Toledo, right? So just that view at night, inside, outside. I've only been there twice. And so, maybe in a few weeks, Scott will have to have a drink there.
We might have to partake.
Yes. Yes, for sure. Enjoy the view. But yeah, that's a great place for a happy hour or a party.
That's what's crazy. You could do like your own little like happy hour crawl just at Coronado Springs. Like I could think of like 4 or 5 different spots you can go to. That's kind of interesting to think about. Like that's how great thing about that resort is.
For sure.
So real quick, because we got a couple minutes left, how's Wine and Dine looking? Like, what are you guys excited for when you're heading down here? Because I think 4 weekends from this weekend, Wine and Dine convenes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, myself, being able to complete 13.1 miles after everything I've gone through this year with my knee.
But you're battling back. You got a 10 miler in, didn't you? Good run.
Yeah, I got 10 miles in, and it was pretty good. And my knee's actually pretty good today. Theragun helps, a lot of things help. Got a great knee sleeve I wear, but that's yeah. So I'm looking forward to. I always look forward to the races, right? I don't look forward to getting up really early in the morning and being on that bus. But I don't have any other plans to run Disney races, to be honest with you, because of the knee, and so I'll never say never, but it might be my last run Disney race after 16 years of running at least one run, except for 2020, of course, but of a run Disney race. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'm looking forward to seeing everybody, Scott and Elizabeth, and miss the Binnings. They'll be there. Jared and Stacy will be there. Our friend Beth, and many other lizards as well too.
That's awesome.
How about you, Scott?
Yeah. All those things. Like I'm not looking forward to any kind of running. I kind of been on a Run Disney break, and everyone kind of laughed at me. I remember, like, there's no way, Scott, you're like semi-retiring or whatever. Wade, you made the same thing, and like you've just been doing Wine and Dine. But like, I have not done a Run Disney race since Disneyland 24, which I mean was last year, but still, like, it's almost the end of 25. That was the beginning of 24, so it's been a solid 18 months since I've done a Run Disney race. So, or was that 23? I can't even remember. That might have been 23 even. I can't even remember now. Like, anyway, it's been a while since I've done one, so I'm excited for that. Like to be in the corrals and hear the race announcers after the first morning. I'd be like, yeah, I shouldn't have done this. This is awful. Waking up so early and doing that. But it's always like, Mike, this too. Like it's like a family reunion a lot. Like I haven't seen Wade in a long time. It'd be funny because I'm about to see him next weekend, and then 3 weeks later we're gonna see each other again. It's kind of funny. But like it's just a way to like bring in like all these like friendships we built from the podcast and stuff, and like that's why I just look forward to most is just hanging out and meeting up with everyone, and then hopefully we can survive the races and everything. But like it's just great interaction with friends and family, and that's why I look forward to most our meals and such.
Yeah,
100%.
my best hope is that everybody gets great weather because those weekends are so dependent on weather. Hope the rain holds off and that the it's not too hot. It's obviously not going to be too cool, but the weather can really drive the enjoyment level of those race weekends. So I'm already saying a prayer for you guys to have some good running weather and have enjoyable weather for the parks too. So hopefully you have a great weekend. I wish I'd be down there, but we got a lot of stuff happening around here.
Yeah, understand.
Yeah, I don't like that they moved it. I don't like that they moved it up a week. I always like moving a little bit later because you maybe a little bit better chance of a little cooler weather. But it is what it is. And this is the first weekend in a long time that it hasn't been on daylight savings time.
Yes.
So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It was always that Saturday night where you're like, oh, I'm going to bed. It's 9 o'clock. Oh, but the clock's going to move back. It's really like I'm going to bed at 8 o'clock. So
right.
I'm not going to have that little tiny advantage, I guess, this time.
Yeah, I didn't think about
that. Also means
that extra hour.
That means it'll be lighter or darker in the morning, I think, on the half marathon day, right? So that'll be interesting.
Possibly.
I think as a bonus, like I'd rather run in the dark. Like for me personally, because it's cooler. Like that's always my hack for the full marathon. I run as hard as I can until the sun comes up and then I slow down. Like that's always been my philosophy because dude, once that sun comes up, it gets so hot. That's when I start really slowing down because it's hot.
Yeah, I always like the 10K that race weekend because very rarely do I finish the 10K and it's dark. But like that one I would because it's like the last day before daylight saving. So like it'd be like still like a little dark when I cross the line. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Like I feel like a super fast runner now. Like this is
because you want the picture like while it's dark.
Yeah, because I want a dark finish line photo. And I only ever give them for the 5K. I want one for like a longer distance, and that's that one I normally give. I'm not going to get it this time. Thanks for the reminder, Wade. Well, maybe it'll still be kind of close.
No, it should be dark. It should be dark. I mean, it'll be dark.
You're right.
Too, because we're not sitting in the back, right? So
you're right. It should be dark.
Yeah. All my pictures of the 10K is dark, and then it's like bright sunshine. But too, when you're running, I got to bring sunglasses because it is going to get the sun's going to come up here an hour earlier, or the time wise. So it'll be interesting how that will have to look at like the time of the sunrise and kind of work that time back from the projected start time to see what the sun will be like. Huh. Anyway, well,
yeah, I didn't think about daylight saving with that. Yeah,
that's good stuff. Well, hey, will you guys have fun next weekend up in Lincoln? I'll be checking in.
Oh, it's gonna be lots of fun.
Well, sounds good, Mike. We'll miss you, and you know what? Go Big Red and go green, and I won't say may the best man win because Scott and I got nothing to do with it, but we're just having a good time.
They're the cheer on our schools. Yeah,
I'll try to find you in the crowd. See,
look for the guy in the green shirt,
and then I'll find the one dot of Scott, the green guy, the 100,000 people wearing red.
I know. I asked Wade, like, is it okay if I wear I don't go to like road games ever. So I was like, are the Nebraska fans going to be cool? Like if I wear, I'm not an obnoxious fan. Like I'm very polite and respectful. So can I wear green? He's like, oh yeah, go ahead, wear green.
You're gonna get pounded.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. 30 yard line, east side. Look for Scott in green.
Okay,
you'll find him.
We'll be looking. I'll be watching.
I'll bring a sign. No.
Oh God, no!
I'm not bringing a sign. I'll bring my big foam finger though. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, you do have one because I got that too. That's like your call picture.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either. Don't want to, block the person behind me with my giant green foam finger. Not going to do that.
I don't think that would go well.
I think Wade wants to keep those season tickets. So
I'm behind you'll be in the red and white striped the overalls or something and just have to knock you out. All right, Wade, thanks for calling in, buddy. Good talking. You have fun next weekend.
All right, thanks. See you guys. Take care.
All right.
In a few days.
All right, that's Wade from Nebraska, and that is going to put a wraps on today's show. That was a lot of fun, kind of an impromptu topic, but just kind of fun to think about different things down at Walt Disney World. Places to go.
I had a where in the world, and it was really funny. Someone in the chat ended up saying what it was. It was going to be, where would you want to propose or be proposed at in the world? And then I saw Lori in the chat had the same one. I was like, oh my God, it's on my paper right now.
We'll save you won't be here next week. Maybe we can I'll use it for next week.
There you go.
We can carry it on. So, you'll be back in 2 weeks. So we'll do that. All right, so we're going to jump out because we got to take care of some stuff, but we'll be back this week with great shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Pam and Ricky will be here. Of course, listener questions. We've gotten some great ones in the email, but if you want to be a part of the show, you still can be this week. Just send an email to mike@beourguestpodcast.com. We have all levels of urgency in the titles. We have kind of urgent, very urgent, not so urgent. So put whatever level of urgency you think will get you to the top of the queue, and we'll put your question on the show this week. This again, email mike@beourguestpodcast.com. Usually by Monday afternoon, that will get on this week's show. Don't forget the podcast always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Anytime you shop online, that supports our show. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys make our podcast possible. Hope you always enjoy it. And when you support us, just $5 a month, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd sure love to have you. Patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast. You can follow us on the social media. I'm at Be Our Guest Mike on Instagram, x.com, and Threads. Scott's in the same places at EpScott. That's EPSCOT. But where you need to go right now is Must See Adventures over on YouTube. Scott, what's happening over on the channel this week?
Well, you may have heard I'm going to be out of town next weekend, so I've kind of delayed an episode just to like bring some balance. But later this week, or by the time this hits the feed, we will have our episode where we boarded the Disney Wish last February. A cruise
That's
episode.
the one where you took your in-laws, correct?
Yeah. So we took our in-laws. So like it starts off with a little Coronado walking tour, things like that. And then we're going to drive the Port Canaveral, board the ship, have a good meal, room tour, and all that stuff. So if you're curious about the beautiful Disney Wish, go check it out, or just check it out anyway, because we're a lot of fun and it's our real selves on that channel, you know. So you want to see what it's like being a gardener, go check it out, like and subscribe. Would appreciate that very much.
It'll make Liz feel better.
It'll make Liz feel better. Yeah, come on, let's do it for Liz.
Everybody do it now. It'll just makes the world a better place for everybody. All right, get Must See Adventures on YouTube. Go check it out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, we're gonna don't forget we'll do this again next Sunday night. It'll just be you and me, callers. We're gonna have a good time. We'll be here. We'll make it happen. We can do this. So 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central, and don't forget the conversation never stops over in our Discord server. That's the Be Our Guest Podcast Clubhouse. It's free for everybody. We have so much fun over there. It's a great community. Come on over, join us. beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. It's an easy link. You just jump over there and you're in. All right, jumping out of here. We'll see you on the shows this week. So for Scotty G up in Michigan, who's headed to Lincoln, Nebraska, I can't wait to hear about that. There's going to be some stories. I love it.
Gonna have a new Starbucks bug. I can guarantee you that.
Yes. Corn husker, everything. Corn everywhere, man. You're going to see so much corn. It's amazing. You're so much corn. And I'm Mike here in Missouri. You guys have a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
Just look how dark it is now, man. Like, oh my God, it's so dark at 8 o'clock.
Almost dark here. Almost. Oh, yeah. You're darker for real. You're pitch dark.
It's dark. Like if you would have like time lapsed our video, you would have just seen like
I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that.
Oh man.
All right, well, go take care of Liz, and
let
me know if you need it. Let me know if you need it. So when you guys going out? Friday?
Thursday night. So we're going to work. So it's like a late flight. Wade is so kind that he's going to pick us up in Omaha late. So very kind. He's going to take us back. So I'm not even renting a car. That's like I'm just letting Wade just handle the whole thing, basically. So
Omaha's like 90 minutes or so from Lincoln, isn't it?
It's like an hour or so, I think. But it's the closest airport. I mean, there's no other place to fly. I didn't think
Lincoln had a big airport.
Yeah. Just it's my PTO, you know. Like I would have maybe considered driving. Well, not now, but
I'm just telling you, driving from Missouri was because I did, like I said, every summer for like 4 or 5 summers.
Yeah,
the most boring.
I don't think I'd want to do that. Yeah. So, but yeah, we're gonna work Thursday, fly out late. We're actually gonna work on Friday even a little bit just to save some PTO, but might sneak out a little early. I know Wade made a tea time, so we're gonna play some golf, and then the game's at 3 local time, so we'll probably do some fun stuff that Saturday morning, maybe a little tailgating action. I know they like to get these like cinnamon rolls or something on the way to the stadium. So,
dude, that tailgate will be epic, I bet you.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And then, I'd probably go out to eat that night, hang out, relax, and hang out Sunday morning before like 5 p.m. flight or whatever. So yeah, I should.
Oh,
Man, I'm kind of sad thinking about it. I was like, the weekend's already over. I'm just explaining that. No, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Lincoln's cool. Lincoln, yeah. I mean, I was only just like in the downtown, right by there was a hotel called the Cornhusker, and like there was an auditorium where we skated. But I liked it. It was fun. You'll like it. I mean,
Watch out for the tailgate.
You won't be
potlucks.
downtown, but potlucks are the best. That's how you make friends.
Yeah. I'll be sharing all sorts of stuff. I might bring the video camera, and like maybe do like this is what it's like to like a football Saturday in Nebraska.
Dude, that'd be awesome. You should. You totally
Yeah.
should. All right. Well, give me a call if you need anything.
Sounds good. All right.
I'll see you guys.
All right. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.
See you.